Good morning, all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. Very good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Very, very good morning. Very good morning, all of you.
You're looking more fresh today, sir.
Oh, Sunday fresh. I slept well. खूब सोया. All right. So how was the week? कैसा था सप्ताह? How was the week? I mean, how are you focused? हर दिन याद. I mean, I hope all of you are focused on your agenda, your goal. Okay, you must be having your exams also, semester exams. So in semester exams, if you have semester exams, please don't get lost. Keep in touch, and you should not get lost. ठीक है ना? सेमेस्टर एग्जाम है तो भी आप कनेक्टेड रहिए. आप आई नो many of you would be like studying for your exams and all, but keep yourself connected. Don't get completely lost, because वो momentum, once the momentum goes, then it's very difficult to restart the momentum. Okay, so don't get, keep in touch, keep attending some sessions. Don't lose everything. Okay, लगे रहना है, मतलब connected रहना. You have to remain connected. Okay, Ravi, so you are working as HR, so I can understand. You must be having a lot of pressure in handling your people.
Yes, sir. It was quite busy, sir, actually.
I know, I can understand. I can understand how people, they. It is like a cat and mouse game between HR department and the professionals. They. Yes, Sai, you know your voice is not audible to me. Sai Kumar, your voice is not audible to me. You have to switch on your um, uh, mic to be audible. So I know it is the HR department's like, it's not just the March ending, it is about August also, because the real impact of what you do here gets felt in the month of August, September, when most of the people would be completing their 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, because most of the fresh joining happens in July, August. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you would be like, many of the people would be like thinking of staying till August, September, then leaving if you don't give them sufficient raise. All these things would be happening.
Yes, sir. Many of our GTs joined last year at this time, sir, in July.
Hmm.
So their training period is getting over, sir. So assessments and uh,
Yes.
promotions, everything.
Promotions, and the worst problem with HR is that the company will give you a budget, that
Yes.
this is my budget. I have got 2 biscuits and you have got 10 mice. And you have to keep all the mice happy also, and you have to distribute the 2 biscuits among them, and so, in such a manner that you have every mice very happy.
Definitely, sir. Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, these are the things. And if you
So
say something,
thankless job, sir.
and if you say something that, sir, how is it possible? Then they will say that we'll find another HR who can do it.
Simultaneously, that exercise is also happening, sir. Right
That should
sizing.
always happen. Remember one thing. I have always said this to all my people who are joining, matlab, those who get into job. The one lesson that I always give to my students is that work very hard. Be honest with your work. Be honest with your firm. But don't be gullible. Don't be foolish. Learn to figure out whether you are being rewarded or you are being punished. Many a times what you will do is, as senior HR, you will get some young boy, Are, I'm giving you a designation of from executive to I'm making you a manager. And but sir, will my salary increase? Are salary? Who cares about salary? You will become more powerful. So I always tell people that whether it is a reward or a punishment, more work, more responsibility, no money.
Yes, sir.
So one thing I always see, very serious thing now, always treat yourself as a team member. Remember, you are not a family. Many people commit this mistake, treating company as a family. And if a company claims that they are treating people as family, then I become very skeptical. Let me tell you, because there is a major difference between family and workplace. In family, the weakest member is protected. But when you are working as a team, the weakest member is replaced. Always remember this. And you should always, as a team member, you should always know that you are a team member. You are not a family. So you have to perform. If you don't see in family, what happens? There are two brothers, let us say. If one brother comes first in the class and the other brother say comes fails in the class, the same class, you will find that the brother who fails in the class gets more attention. Arey beta, koi nahi, it's fine. You will do well. Yes. Priti Mama has gone to temple. Anubhav, that is also the thing, but we'll talk about this. So what I'm just telling you this, that this you should also know that it is a company, not a family. Family may the failure or the weakest gets more attention, more care, right? But in workplace, the team is not that. I mean, you don't even Virat Kohli starts getting questioned, even MS Dhoni starts getting questioned, right? So you should also remember that if you are not performing, if you are not producing result, if you are not contributing, then you should be replaced. But you should also remember that if you are performing and you are not being rewarded, then you should also keep seeking your market value. You should keep seeking your market value. And you should be ready to, I'll give you an example. That is why we read books. I'll give you an example of Jack Welch. If you read his autobiography, you will find that in his initial years, he almost left GE. Jack Welch is a very famous name in leadership. He transformed GE from, you know the story. You know the name of Jack Welch. So, when he joined GE as a graduate trainee, he was, when during his appraisal, he was given the same bonus that every other member got. Whereas he knew that he is a star performer, right? So he took his resignation and went to his boss and said that I'm not working for a company like this, which cannot differentiate between an excellent worker and an ordinary worker. This company is going to die, doomed. And he almost resigned. He said, how can you do this? It is not possible. This is not how you run a company. And then, fortunately, he was not relieved. He was not fired. And he continued. So when he became CEO, he was very brutal in you must have read about his methods of differentiation. Right. Yeah, you have to be very clear about what you want. I mean, that is what I'll talk about it in the book reading session, something related with that. But that is what you should always focus on. If you are performing, Winning by Jack Welch is one, but this is written in his autobiography. The story that I'm narrating to you is written in his autobiography, straight from the gut. Okay, so in that book, he talks about how he almost resigned. because he didn't want to work for a company that does not, differentiate between star performer and other. So that is why when he became the CEO, he created a very brutal system of appraisal. You know what he did?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Sai Kumar. Yes, tell me.
Good morning, sir. Is my voice is okay now, sir?
Yeah, now fine, very loud and clear. Yes, tell me.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, sir. Yeah, this is a fresh morning. I will start now. Okay.
Yeah. Good morning, all of you. So anyway, today I'll be discussing the issue of economic and in this class. So I just wanted to uh, talk to you about this. So always remember that you are also a team member. So you should not take things for granted that if you are not performing, your company will keep it. Similarly, if you are not, your aspirations are not being fulfilled, if you know you are performing and you are not being rewarded, and if some other company is rewarding you more, not only in terms of money, but also in terms of I always ask my students, which company are you working for? Does it give you, I mean, does it have 5-day week or 6 days week? If they say 6 days week, I say, no, change your company as soon as possible, because you will die working for this. If a company cannot give you 2 days break, then that company is not, okay, you work for 7 days, but give 2 days break to people. Anyway, chalo iske upar we'll keep talking about this in a book reading session. But today I am talking about Indian economy and some very important concepts related with which will help you understand the economy and the economic issues in a better way. Today I'll talk about some concepts related with banking and its implication on our economy, and how the economy, it is like how the banking impacts our economy. Okay, so that is what we will be talking about. So very important, and don't miss this session. And I wish more people had come, because I believe it's something which impacts our day-to-day life. So today I'll talk about what you have to do? You have to write it in ascending order. It is just ascending order, right? In increasing order. Just focus. Okay. So so anyway, let us say he's RCB supporter. Anyway, there. Don't worry, Balaji, I'll talk to you. You talk to me after the session or in the evening. You feel free to talk to me. I'll guide you how to deal with this. How to deal with this, I will guide you. And always remember, keep floating your resume in the market. Let the resume float in the market, and always keep a paid subscription of that monster.com or naukri.com and all those things. Right? And keep updating your profile on the consultants list. Don't be scared of jumping the ship. If you are getting a better offer, jump. Don't get
Premium version, sir?
Yeah.
Why premium version you are telling about?
Because देखो अब फ्री वाले में फ्री वाला तो फ्री वाला ही होगा ना. In premium they also have a responsibility to search for you. So you get money and you get reward. तो आप अगर if you don't spend money on if you ask me to search for a job and you pay money to me, it is my professional duty, right? I'm professionally bound to do that. There's a contract. But free may, if you ask me, to I can give you some lead.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
You got my point. So I always ask, even my anybody who's in my family, I ask them, don't go for free. because free has a limitation, and then you will feel bad. You are not getting enough good lead. And if you pay and they don't do it, you can take them to task that you are useless, hopeless. Right? So that is why. Chalo, anyway, let us get to this work now. Okay. The banking. Let us understand the banking system little bit. In short, the banking in our country, it is one of the best banking systems in the world. First, let me tell you this. Our India's banking system is one of the most robust banking systems in the world. So you should be proud of your banking system. So what we are studying today is the story of a very powerful, robust banking system. It is not some third grade banking system that we are studying. So listen to me very carefully. So the entire banking system, actually there are, let me tell you, there are two pillars, there are two compartments in the economy that regulate the economy. Let me tell you. One is the government. The government regulates the economy. Economy is regulated. Economy is handled. I'll not say regulated. Economy is handled by two institutions, the government and the RBI in case of India. Okay. So everything that the government does, every policy that the government makes related with finance, I'm talking about money part. I'm not talking about your social part. I'm not talking about your other part. I'm talking about money part, money related with money and economy and all those things directly. Okay. So what the government does is, whatever government does, we call it fiscal policy. We call it fiscal policy. Okay. So the moment you read in a newspaper that it is a fiscal stimulus, it is a fiscal measure, the term fiscal will always mean that it is government measure. It is the central government measure. Okay. So anything, the moment you come across the adjective fiscal, the government is planning fiscal stimulus. So you know that it is government measure. It is government's measure. Okay. Yeah. And when the RBI, the measures taken by RBI, okay, they are called monetary policy. So, and why I say that they are two separate, because even though RBI is the Malik of RBI, the owner of RBI is actually the government. The owner of RBI is actually the government. But the Constitution of India has mandated the government to ensure that RBI should have its autonomy. ध्यान से सुनना मेरी बात. It's very important thing that I'm discussing. These are very complex looking things, but they are very practical, and I'll explain it in a very practical, simple manner to all of you so that you start understanding the economy better. So calling it independent of government is not right, because ultimately it is the government that pays their paisa. The salary of RBI governor goes through the government. If the government decides, they will stop the paisa. So there are some autonomous, I mean, everything is in the hands of government. Ultimately, it is the government that pays for RBI employees. It is ultimately the government of India finance ministry that pays for the salary of RBI governor and RBI employees and RBI staff. So if I'm the Malik, you cannot be like, how can you be independent. No, but the relationship is more like the owner of the bus and the driver of the bus. I might own the bus, but I may not be the driver of the bus. I may not be the mechanic of the bus. And if I do not give autonomy to the mechanic of the bus, then probably my limited understanding of the mechanism of the bus, if it needs some repair, and if I start poking my nose in that, if the mechanic says that it is the clutch plate that is malfunctioning, and I say, no, 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 repair the brake, then probably there would be, chaos. Okay. But if I say that, okay, I'll pay you whatever you say, but I want the bus to be operating perfectly. I'm giving you full autonomy. You take a decision what to repair. Yes, I want the bus to go on that route. That is my prerogative. I want the passengers to feel very comfortable in the bus. They should not feel the jerking in the bus. I don't know what is suspension. I don't know what is, difference between, say, a shock absorber and a spring. I don't know that. You decide. That is your prerogative. I'm making you complete. I'm giving you the complete autonomy. Yes, I want the bus to go on that route that you don't decide. I will decide. And I want this luxury in the bus. So similarly, Election Commission is an autonomous institution. Similarly, judiciary, it is an autonomous institution. Everybody gets salary from the government of India. Right? But they have been mandated, the government has been mandated that you have to give them autonomy so that they can help you where you cannot, perform. Did you get this point? How RBI is autonomous despite being controlled by government? Okay. Now, government, everything that RBI does, government can do through its own measure. Okay, I'll give you an example. Suppose, I'll give you an example. Suppose you earn 100 rupees today, let us say. You earn 100 rupees. Okay. Out of which you pay, let us say 20 rupees as EMI for your car, 10 rupees EMI for say house. Okay. And rest, say 60 rupees for expenditure on goods and services where you pay 20 rupees tax. Try to understand this. Suppose you or your family is earning 100 rupees. 100 rupees is a figure. Out of which 20 rupees is for certain interest payments for your EMI on car or something that you have purchased, or your fridge, refrigerator, or anything. There's so many consumer durables that you purchase and you pay your EMIs. And then there is 10 rupees EMI for your house, let us say. Okay, or some long-term investment that you have made. Okay, and 30 rupees. 60 rupees is for, you are spending 60 rupees on goods and services. You purchase food, you purchase fuel, you purchase so many things, you purchase everything. And you see that you have to pay taxes on that, right? And you pay 20 rupees tax, and then 10 rupees you save. You save 10 rupees. This is a typical breakup of, agar both uncomplicated, if we go very uncomplicated, this is how a household uh, earns or spends his money if it has sufficient money. I'm not talking about a household which has to borrow to spend. I mean, here also you are borrowing, but let us say you have ultimately 100 rupees and you are, this. I'm not talking about some which is very poor and it does not even have money to, borrow and buy. It is not, say, a good borrower. Let us say this is a typical thing. This is what happens in the most household. I think all of you can understand what I am saying. That in your household, even if you are earning or you are not earning, but your family is there, you know that everybody has. You have heard of EMIs now. I mean, when we were at your age, we had not heard of EMIs. But your generation has heard of EMIs. I think all of you have heard of EMIs. All of you have heard of EMIs. Then I
Yes,
think
sir.
all of you have heard of EMIs. And so I'm here breaking it into two parts. One is for consumer durables like things, consumption, which you buy and consume. Okay. And then I have used 10 rupees for house and flats and something that you purchase, which is for long term. And I'm asking you to, I mean, I'm talking about 60 rupees general expenditure that you spend on consumption without any return on it. Okay. But if you go to a restaurant to eat, you pay taxes. If you buy a soap, you pay taxes. If you buy a dress, you pay taxes. So there are many things on which you pay taxes. So this total 60 rupees expenditure includes taxes. Okay. Now let us see how these two components can impact this equation. Okay. Let us say government wants you to have more money to save. The government wants you to save more. Save more. Okay, let me break the saving also, so that even the economic students can understand. This 10 rupees saving, what you do with this 10 rupees saving, you divide it into two parts. What you do is you put 6 rupees in government backed bonds or fixed deposits, okay, or fixed deposit, plus 4 rupees in stock market. Okay, in equity investment, 4 rupees in stock market. Let us say today, since there are now even youngsters are they know what it is like. Everybody is gambling in India, so very soon we'll become the nation of gamblers, right? Yeah, I mean, I was talking to some mechanics. I found that they are doing something on their phone. I said, "What are you doing?" So you know what they said? They said they are playing. I said, "What are you playing?" No, they're not playing Dream 11. They were playing crypto. I said, you invest in cryptos. So they did not have an idea about what cryptos are and all, but they were playing cryptos. Means they were putting their money in something and they were thinking that they will earn money. And one day I'd gone somewhere and I was sipping a chai in some tapri. And I have this habit of asking people, and that the chai wala was talking to some of his friend who was also sipping tea. He was some salesman kind of guy. So he was talking about how one of his friends has lost 20 lakh rupees. I said, how did you lose 20? How did your friend lose 20 lakh rupees? He said he played in some game kind of thing. I said, my God, what is happening? So anyway, but anyway, let us say that you are investing 6 rupees in FD and 4 rupees in stock market. Now let us say the government wants you to have more money in your hand. Simple. First step. Step one. The government wants you to feel more, rich. The government wants you to have some more money in your pocket. Okay, some more money. Right. But it does not want its own income to reduce. Okay. What is tax? Have you ever wondered what is tax? कभी सोचा है what is tax? Have you ever wondered what is a tax?
Yes, sir. We are giving our income to the government.
Tax is government's income. It's income of government. So, how does government earn its income? How does government gets money? Forget about income. How does the government get money?
Through tax.
How does government gets money?
Through tax, sir.
Okay.
Through government companies, dividend and all those things and penalties.
Okay. So let us say the most common, the safest, the maximum is tax. The maximum money that the government gets is through tax. Okay? Through tax. Because tax is something that everyone is paying. Dividend income, how much dividend income? PSUs make profit and they can give dividend. Now they have started making profit. Right? So government gets its money from tax, and whatever it gets from tax is its ekdam majedar money. It has no liability on it. Okay. Then government also gets money through borrowing. Government borrows money. Just like any household. How do you get your money? You work and you get the salary, but you also borrow from banks when you credit card or thing. So government also borrows money. Now the problem with borrowing is that it is a liability. Liability means you have to pay. Oh, you have taken shower. Very good. You're looking nice. You have to pay interest on this.
Yes.
Now this interest is a liability. So if government borrows 100 rupees, it has to pay money and it cannot default. So it is a sure short interest payment. So government would always want more tax money than borrowing money. But unfortunately, the tax is not so much that it can fulfill every aspiration of government. So it has to borrow. It's a huge borrowing. Okay, I'll talk about this in detail, but abhi broad baat kya hai. Okay. So now government wants you to feel comfortable. So what it can do? It can just say that, okay, I am reducing the tax rate. And the moment the tax rate is reduced, so your 20 rupees EMI and 10 rupees EMI, this 30 rupees gets reduced to, let us say 20 rupees. It will not happen, but let us say it gets reduced to 20 rupees. The government decides that I want to slash my income. I don't want to get so much income from the people. I want them to pay less taxes on soap. I want them to pay less taxes on petrol. I want them to pay less taxes on, say, clothes. I want them to pay less taxes on hotel stay. I want them to pay less taxes on transportation. I want everything. I mean, overall. Wait. Let me, Akshay, wait. One step at a time. One step at a time. The government wants you to have some more money. So what it will do is it will reduce the tax. And suddenly you have 10 rupees more in your pocket. Okay. And what it will do, it can reduce more taxes, like it can reduce your income tax. Sida, like just before the election, I mean, just before, I mean, few months back, government reduced the income tax, 12 lakh rupees, no income tax. Suddenly you have 50,000 rupees more if you are earning 12 lakh rupees. So if government reduces its tax, okay, then you will get more money. Simple. So the government's agenda is fulfilled. But the only problem is that government has become poorer a little bit. Government has become a little poorer because what you might do with this 10 rupees is risky. What will you do with the additional 10 rupees that you get? You start, or if you get, say, suppose you get a bonus of, suppose you are working and you get a bonus of, say, 25,000 rupees, a quarterly bonus today. It was announced sudden, flash bonus. You work for dream work company kind of thing where dreams come true, and suddenly you flash bonus, 25,000 rupees in your pocket, cash. What do you do with this 25,000 rupees? You're not planned. Suddenly it happens. What will you do with this 25,000 rupees? Think about it. Think about it. Tell me, what will you do with this 25,000 rupees? Anybody? Tell me, what will you do? You'll go on a trip. Very good. You'll go on a trip. Rest, others? You will buy exchange traded fund. You will invest in stock market. You will save. Okay. Let us say you save. Let us say you save.
Again, repeat the point, sir.
Repeat the point. My point is repeating. Okay. What I said, suppose you get 25,000 rupees cash today.
Okay, sir.
And you are not planned for it. You had not planned. Suddenly, somebody gives you 25,000 rupees.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
What will you do with that 25,000?
25,000, I will save it.
You will save it. But that depends upon others. Somebody says that I'll gift it to my girlfriend. Yeah, I'll buy a diamond ring because I cannot buy a gold ring now. It's become very expensive. So I'll buy a diamond ring from Carrot Lane and I'll increase the revenue of and profit of Tatas. And then I'll give it to my girlfriend who might break up in 1 year time.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So anyway, so you can invest in shares, you can invest in bonds, right?
It is
Now,
like an extra amount.
this is 25,000 rupees. You are thinking about what to do, right?
It is actually like an extra amount, no, sir.
Yeah, it is an extra amount. You had not
Okay.
planned even. You had not even thought
Okay.
that you will get 25,000 rupees. Suddenly, today you are announced that you are getting 25,000 rupees. Other than that, it will not get deducted from your salary. It is not an advance. It is not for, no ulterior motive of the company, nothing, just plain, pure, godly 25,000 rupees to you. No strings attached. You are scared. अब तो कोई पैसा देगा तो you get scared. 25,000 rupees company is paying me extra. It will take my heart. It will take my liver, lungs. No, Baba, don't give me 25,000. Give me 5,000 rupees. The company is giving you 25,000 rupees extra. That means something is fishy.
Yeah.
It is definitely asking me to get some employees removed who are charging 1 lakh rupees if you are in HR. Or it is asking me to do something which will, get my liver and lungs replaced. Yeah, that is how companies ka credibility, that is how it is. But anyway, let us say you are in a perfect world kind of thing, and you get 25,000 rupees extra.
Yeah, sir,
So
fine, sir.
what will you do? You will either spend it completely, but even if you spend, somebody is going to get that share. If you spend it in a restaurant, that restaurant gets 25,000 rupees. Somebody, you buy say, you for a long time you have been thinking about buying a bike, so you purchase a new bike, say, and you give 25,000 rupees advance. Or you are thinking of getting engaged, so you use this 25,000 rupees to buy a ring, let us say. So many things you can actually, you can buy a sari for your mama, you can buy a shirt for your father, you can buy a pair of shoes for your brother or your mama or your sister or your father, right? Depending upon what is your. So either you will spend it in consuming something, or you will think ki 25,000 rupees I have got, I'll save it for my wedding, which can happen in 3-4 years at this rate of saving. By the time I get 40 years of age, working in this company, and the company has sucked all my blood and all my liver and lungs, I'll be ready to get married to a woman. Okay, so I'm
That's right, sir.
saving, I'm saving 25,000 rupees that I got as bonus, right? So that is how you either save. Okay, now
Yeah,
you
thank you, sir.
save in either you deposit in a bank, or you buy a bond, you buy some bond of government. Now, when you deposit in a bank, or you buy a bond, or you buy the bond of the company itself, let us say, then you pay 25,000 rupees to the company as a loan, and the company has to pay interest on that. Okay, so either the company, you will buy a bond, either you will consume, or you will invest in some debt instrument, right? Or you go to the stock market and invest in a stock. Let us say you buy Reliance stock, or you buy your own company's stock for future return. So all this can be possible if government decides to cut the tax. The opposite can happen if it wants to suck money from you. So the government can increase the tax, and your this 20 rupees that you are saving will get reduced to 5 rupees, or 10 rupees that you are saving, that will get reduced to 5 rupees. Yes, Ramana, you have a question? Use your mic and ask. If you have a question, you can use your mic and ask. Okay, you just raised it. Okay. Did you understand this part? How your income can get impacted by the application of tax and reduction of tax?
Yes, sir, definitely.
All of you understood this or not? Tell me. The money in your pocket gets impacted by the government taxation. If it increases the tax, your money will reduce in your pocket. If it reduces its tax, your money in pocket will increase, and it can be done. It can be used in many different ways. Did you understand this part? Tell me. Did you understand this part?
Yes, sir.
All of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now suppose the government does not want to do this. Can RBI do this on its own?
Yes, sir, the monetary policy.
Yes, RBI can also do it. All the tax rates will remain same. But if RBI decides to reduce the lending rate. Okay. The RBI decides to reduce the lending rate. Now, whom does RBI lend? For all those people who are not economic students, and even if you are economic student, do you know the banking structure in our country? We have 3 layers of banking in our country. There are three steps. Okay, I'll just talk about it. I say people. One, people have banks. Now, these banks are actually the banks that you come across on the streets. Okay, these are called commercial banks. These are called commercial banks. Okay, like you have State Bank of India, you have Central Bank of India, you have all those banks and financial institutions. They are actually banks, and they are heavily regulated by RBI, and all the banks are called commercial banks. Okay, so people have relations with commercial banks. People do not have any relation with RBI. You cannot go and open an account in RBI. You can't do that.
Why, sir?
Why? Because RBI has decided not to let you open its account in itself.
So because it's the banker's bank.
No, I'll tell you. Actually, what has happened, we have a system in which
Okay.
RBI is actually the primary mother of all banks.
Okay, sir.
So ultimately, RBI is government's bank. RBI is government's representative. Government
Yes.
has created RBI as its own banker, number one. And
Okay, sir.
second, it's as a banker's mothers. So you can say that they are actually RBI's branches, you can say. They are actually RBI's subsidiaries, you can say. But
Okay.
to segregate the powers, the Constitution has demarcated that there will be one central bank, which will be the banker to the government, as well as it will be the regulator of money supply, exchange rate, every policy decision that banking and money requires. Okay, so it will be directly responsible to the government of India, and it will work to assist government of India. Okay, so it is the banker of the banks.
So it's a mother of the bank.
It is called mother bank also. In
Okay.
fact, it is called the mother bank also.
So the
Okay,
lending rate means the borrowing rate, no?
I'll explain this.
Okay.
Well, if you understand the relationship, then you will understand the meaning of lending rate. That
Yeah,
is why
sure,
I'm
sure.
explaining the relationship.
Okay, sir.
So the commercial banks. Now let us say your good name, who Sai was asking me this question. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So let us say Sai has to do some banking. Let us say it has to deposit some money or it has to borrow some money.
Okay, sir.
So Sai will open an account in a commercial bank. Sai opens an account. You must be having an account, Sai?
Yeah, sir, in SBI.
Oh, that's the bank. Very good bank, actually. Despite every negative publicity, SBI is one of the best and most safe banks, safest bank.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you. But anyway, though, depending upon where you come from, depending upon your, location, your state, the kind of population, the people, you have different experience with SBI, but SBI is, let me tell you, technically, it is one of the safest, one of the most robust banks. Though, if you come from Bihar, UP, then you have a very different reputation of SBI, that SBI workers are slow, they go for lunch, and but forget about it. So you have an account in SBI. Now, suppose you have to borrow money. So every Indian, if it needs money to borrow, if it needs borrowing, it will not go to RBI. RBI has made it clear that I'm not dealing with retail. I'm not talking to everybody. I'm not dealing with 140 crore people in India. For that, you have separate banks, lot of banking, lot of branches from different commercial banks. They will be directly dealing with people. So people directly deal with commercial banks. You don't directly deal with RBI. So you apply for loan to SBI or any other bank, any commercial banks. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now there is a relationship between commercial banks and RBI.
RBI.
Now commercial bank, unfortunately, they are kind of just, they do not have any hold on what policy the banking system will make. They have to follow the guidelines of RBI, the mother of every commercial bank. I mean, just give an example. If your the manager of SBI is, suppose your father is the manager of SBI, and he wants to help you get money. If he wants to give you money, if he wants to lend you money at say 1% interest, कि beta, I am giving you money at 1% interest. He cannot do that. He cannot do that. Because he has to follow the norms of RBI, even if he has to give money to his son. Okay. And
Yes, sir.
RBI, and because there is a very important understanding here. How do commercial banks operate? A very important one. How do commercial banks operate? Let us say. Then you will understand what I'm saying. SBI, let us say, how does SBI operate? SBI is an organization. Okay. So SBI must earn income, and SBI must have expenditures. Am I right? SBI
Yes,
is
sir.
an organization, right? SBI is just like Infosys, just like TCS, just like any other shop.
So workshop.
It is just shop. It is just another shop.
Yes,
And
sir.
if I'll give an example. Every shop offers some goods or services. Any shop, ध्यान से सुनना आप बात को एकदम, any shop offers either goods or services. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And it sells goods. It sells and gets
Yes.
income. Okay. It purchases and expenditure, plus its own operational expenses,
Expenditures.
right? That is also expenditure. By if it is selling you some good, if it suppose it is selling coffee, okay, so it must get coffee from the coffee wholesale market or wherever. So he is spending money in the raw materials, the components of what it is selling, right? But it is also using money in getting that coffee from it is transportation, plus he is keeping employees, so he's giving them money, right? He's hiring a shop, he is a shop, he's paying rent. So there are a lot of expenditure that he is incurring in the operation of providing you goods and services. Do you get this point? Do you get this point? If you are
Okay, yes, sir.
running a shop, you are paying money in the raw materials. If you are running a factory, you are paying money for raw materials of the product that you are making and selling. But you are also paying money to your staff. You are paying money to rent. You are paying money for interest that you have borrowed from a bank. So you have your own expenditure, other expenditure other than using it on the product that you are selling. Right? Suppose you go and deposit money in a bank. So they have some machine to count, some person to count that money and help you. So they are getting paid. So these are operational expenses. Okay, these are operational expenses. Plus he has to figure out how much, apart from those operational expenses, he also has to actually let me he also has to take care of his own food. The shopkeeper also needs its own money. Okay, plus its own food, clothing, shelter. Matlab its own share, its own. If you are running a shop And if you are getting 100 rupees, you're using 100 rupees raw material, you are using 20 rupees for transportation and all, you are using 30 rupees for operational expense, everything taken care. So all your expense is coming, to 150 rupees. So you will sell this for 150 rupees, or you will add your own profit or your own some safety net before selling this to get income. Are you getting my point, all of
Yes,
you?
sir. We'll add profit.
You will add its own food by expense of food. Did all of you understand this equation or not?
Yes, sir.
ये बहुत important है in determining the interest rate of any bank. So even if, let us say you are an auto driver, let us say you have an auto rickshaw. You have an auto rickshaw. बहुत important बात समझा रहे हैं. All of you understand this. You will understand the banking so easily. Suppose you are an auto rickshaw.
Sir,
You have done your
why-
engineering and now you are earning money through driving auto rickshaw.
Sir, why we include the own food, sir?
By suppose you are doing a business, suppose you are running a shop. So what are you running a shop for?
Okay, sir.
You got the point?
Yes.
So how will, I mean, everything that is expenditure and everything that you have calculated, and it is coming to 150 rupees. So if you sell this for 150 rupees, all your expenditure is getting covered. But what
So-
about your own food? What will you eat in the evening?
It's not included in the expenditure.
So you will add that 150 rupees plus your own requirement. Will you add that or not?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So auto rickshaw, you have done your mechanical engineering and now you are not getting a job in any software company, and the job that you are getting is 12,000 rupees per year. And then you say that no, I'll prefer an auto rickshaw. So you are running an auto rickshaw. Okay. Now you have purchased an auto rickshaw and yeah, and you have EMIs to pay, EMIs. Okay. Then you have petrol. Okay. Then you have repairs. Okay. Then you have kept a khalasi also. You know khalasi? You know helper.
Last means helper.
Yeah, helper. In North India, it is called khalasi, helper. Now, this helper, incidentally, had done BE in IT. He thought that it is computer science. So he done it IT. Okay. And then he realized that no, it is IT. So he is now your helper. All this, anyway, all your expenses that you have added, plus some more money for your food, you will also include or not in the fare, determining the fare. Similarly, a shopkeeper will calculate all the expenditures that he is incurring on operations, plus something extra for his own food, if he has not included it in his expenditure, plus some additional safety net. That is how the price of commodities will be determined. And this is true for an auto rickshaw fare. This is true for any business operation. This is true for any software selling. This is true for any turbine. This is true for any aircraft. This is true for any company, any product, any service. Your cost of production plus your own requirement plus your own safety net, which you call profit. Is this clear? Is this equation clear, how the price of any commodity is determined?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Another example, suppose you have a house. Suppose you have purchased a house and you have put it on rent. And every month you have to pay an EMI. Suppose your EMI is, suppose your EMI is, suppose 20,000 rupees. Okay, your EMI is 20,000 rupees. Now you want it to put on rent. You have got some software, you have got some engineering graduates in your locality who have come with a dream of making it big, becoming Satya Nadella and Sundar Pichai, and they have taken admission into some third grade engineering college by through some broker, and they have paid already 15-20 lakh rupees to that engineering college, and now they are computer science or IT students, and then they have they are they did not do well in IIT JEE, and they did not do well in their year. They somehow they got 8 lakh some rank, and some broker in their admission broker in their city said that there is a very good engineering college that can make you an engineer in software, and you will become Satya Nadella if you go there in Bangalore or Hyderabad or Pune or NCR, Gurgaon, Delhi. So they send you there, and they are they are ready to pay rent. They because that college does not have a hostel also. So you stay out and you stay in rent. So that EMI you are paying is 20,000 rupees. So how much will you charge as rent? How will you fix your rent? How will you fix your rent? Will you ask for 20,000 rupees rent if your EMI is 20,000? It will be more than 20,000. So 20,000 plus your maintenance cost. Okay. Plus something like, plus your maintenance, plus your profit. Every maintenance and other expenses, 20,000 plus maintenance plus other expenses. Okay. Plus your little bit of profit also you would want. By 10 rupees extra to mile. So you will charge something like 30,000 rupees, let us say. Okay. So you will pay rent as 30,000. Now this philosophy operates in any institution, any commercial venture has this equation, that the price or the rent, price is when you are completely exchanging good for money. When the ownership is, you see, remember one thing, there is difference between price and rent. Price you pay when ownership changes hand. So you go to a house, you pay 1 crore rupees and you take the ownership. That is the price. But you go to a house which is costing 1 crore rupees and you pay 30,000 rupees rent. That is not the price of the house. That is the rent of that property. Is the concept between price and rent clear? Is the concept
sir.
of price and rent clear to you?
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Sure. I'll give another example.
Okay,
Will
sir.
you hire?
एक बार और समझा दीजिए सर.
Okay.
Sir, can you please?
Yeah, I'll repeat. Suppose you go to a house owner. The cost of the house is 1 crore rupees, let us say. You pay 1 crore rupees and you get the house. That is the price of the house that you are paying. And the ownership changes. Okay. But suppose you go to the house and pay 30,000 rupees per month for the next 1 year. Is that the price you are paying for the house, or is that the rent you are paying for the house?
Rent.
Rent. So you got the difference between price and rent?
Yes, sir.
Price versus rent? It's a very important understanding. Okay. Now, price is also fixed and rent is also fixed in the same manner. The cost, every cost included, every cost, plus little bit of profit. will be the price or the rent. Is this clear? Is this part clear that a rent will also be fixed? In the case of rent, I will calculate my monthly expenditure. In the case of price, I will calculate the overall return that I want. Is this point clear to all of you?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. This is very important understanding. अभी इसके पूरा खुल जाएगा आपको. You will get suddenly the entire concept of economy will get revealed to you. Now I'll give you one more example. When you go for a ride, Ola, okay? As engineers, you might be driving Ola or Uber in the spare time you get in the night or in the daytime when you get spare. So you, when you hire an Ola, okay? So with your money, you may not be hiring an Ola, you might be hiring an auto. Why should I overestimate you? With you working, you would be hiring an auto rickshaw, not Ola. Ola you hire when you had your parents' money. The cab you hired when you had your parents' money. Now you are earning a decent salary of 30,000 rupees per month as software genius engineer. Okay. So you hire an auto rickshaw. Okay. And then when you reach home, he asks for 100 rupees. Let us. Now this 100 rupees you call fare, right? This is a fare. This is fair, right? This is what you call fair.
Reasonable amount.
This is a reasonable amount, 100 rupees, fair. Okay. That is why it is called fair. Distorted version of FAIR, fair. So this is fair. Now tell me, is this the price or the rent?
It's a price, sir.
It's the rent.
Rent.
It is rent. If you understand this, you understand the entire, monetary policy and entire concept of banking in 5 minutes. If you understand this, it is rent. It is not the price. What is the difference between fare or rent and price? In rent, what do? You used this this auto rickshaw, which might be costing, say, 3 lakh rupees. Okay. So you used an asset which was costing 3 lakh rupees for some time. Now you pay 100 rupees as its rent, plus you are paying back the auto rickshaw. So what you are paying actually, we don't realize, but what you are paying is the auto rickshaw plus the rent. Auto rickshaw also you are returning, na? Unless you are from Bihar or UP, you are returning. I mean, if you are living in the civilized society of, let us say, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, to some extent Maharashtra and Gujarat, right? And there. So you return the auto rickshaw to auto owner or not? आप 100 रुपए देके ऑटो रख लेते हो क्या? That might happen in some western UP part, Ghaziabad, Meerut, Bulandshahr, or in some part of Bihar, Begusarai, Navgachia, Narkatiyaganj. That might happen, but assuming that you people are software engineers working in South India, let us say Karnataka, Andhra, Pune, so you are decent, civilized human beings. No, I'm not from Begusarai. But I know I'm very close with. So you pay 100 rupees and you take the auto at home, or you return the auto.
So we return the auto.
Similarly, when you rent a house, so you pay 30,000 rupees rent plus you return the house also, na, when you go out. Do you understand this concept that when you pay the rent, when you pay the fare of using something for some time, this rent, the fare is for using this auto rickshaw of 3 lakh rupees for say, for say 20 minutes, covering a distance of say 2 kilometers. If you are taking auto or home with us, why will we pay even 100 rupees for it? Yes, auto rickshaw ko, there are many areas. There were many areas where auto rickshaw would be scared of going. No, Baba, I'll not go there. They snatch the auto rickshaw. Right? So anyway, so forget about it. Did you get the concept of rent? Rent is when you use an asset for some time for your own benefit. And then after using it, you pay a nominal charge called fare or rent plus the asset itself. Do you get this point?
Yes, sir.
So from today onwards, when you hire an Ola cab or when you hire a cab, you remember that when you are paying 200 rupees, 300 rupees, you are paying the rent for using that 10 lakh rupees car for covering so much for your benefit. And that 300 rupees that you are paying has the dynamics of actually the entire costing of his operations plus his raw material plus his little bit of profit. That 300 rupees includes that. The rent is fixed. The price of any commodity is fixed using the same logic that the entire cost involved in that, okay, plus the little bit of profit that I want. The cost can be broken up into numerous components. Cost of raw materials, cost of EMI, cost of employees, cost of Gunda tax, cost of, so many other things. All the costs plus little bit of profit will be
Sir,
included in
actually,
the. Yeah. Tell me.
so can we say like this? The price is a permanent and the rent is a temporary. Can we say like this?
No, I don't want to get into this terminology because इसका कोई फायदा नहीं है.
Hmm.
Price, we can say price is when the ownership is getting changed.
Okay, sir.
For example, if you hire, let us say you are some rich man, some Vijay Dinanath Chauhan, Purana, Suhasini Chauhan, Makana, and you hire a cab. The cab wala takes you to the village and he says, कितने पैसे हुए? He says, साहब जो दे दो. You say, you take 10 lakh rupees. क्या कहता है? 10 lakh rupees. Take it. 10 lakh rupees है. जाओ, ऐश करो. आज अपन का मौत के साथ अपॉइंटमेंट है. जाओ, 10 लाख रुपीस ले. कितने का टैक्सी है? 8 लाख का सर. 10 लाख. 10 लाख ले लो. 10 लाख में ईमान तो चलेगा. राइट. जाओ, ऐश करो. टैक्सी भी ले जाओ. पढ़ाओ, बच्चे को पढ़ाओ. अंग्रेजी पढ़ाओ. MBA कराओ. इंजीनियरिंग मत कराओ. इंजीनियरिंग मत कराओ, मेरी तरह हो जाए. नहीं, कॉमर्स पढ़ाओ. सिखाएगा
कैसे प्रॉफिट बनाना है, कैसे गवर्नमेंट को चूना लगाना है। इंजीनियर बनकर क्या करेगा? कूलीगिरी करेगा कंप्यूटर पे, हैं? एमबीए कराओ, ऑल पावर नो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, एमबीए कराओ। तो वो तो प्राइस हो गया, दैट इज द प्राइस, राइट? दैट इज नॉट रेंट. So concept of rent.
So were you doing theater in your college days?
Huh?
Were you doing theater in the college days?
जिंदगी थिएटर हो गई है यार.
It seems that you were a theater actor.
I would love to be a theater actor after some time. I would want to join. Anyway, chalo. So it is something. देखो, teaching is, if you do not enjoy what you are doing, then you will not be. I enjoy teaching because I know these things are not written in textbook. An economics teacher will never be able to tell you these, right? So if I don't enjoy doing my work, if I don't enjoy teaching, then how will you enjoy studying here? So most of the teachers, the problem with most of the teachers that this is a burden for them. This is a passion for me. I want to make you understand how the economy works, so that I feel comfortable. I enjoy it. So the concept of rent is very important. You understood that you use an asset, you use a good, or you use a service for some time, and you use it for your benefit. You use it for your benefit, and you pay remuneration to that, and that is the rent. Now let us say, how does SBI make money? SBI does not sell any goods. SBI does not produce any goods. It does not produce some material to sell. It is not a shop. But what does SBI do? SBI gives you a service. Let us start with basic. SBI gives you service. Okay. Simple service. Simple service. So I'll start with very simple. I'll not get into complicated banking components. Okay, I'll not get into those derivatives, universal banking, share equity, and nothing. Simple banking. Okay. It does only two things. It does only two things. It takes deposits. Okay. And offers loans. It takes deposits and offers loans. Nothing else. Everything else is secondary. So you have money, you have surplus money, you go deposit in bank, and they use that deposit to give to someone who needs it for using it. Okay. So when it takes deposits, what will it do? If you are putting your money in a bank,
You pay interest.
you will get interest. Takes deposits, pays interest. Okay. Now offers loans and
Gets interest.
tell me everyone,
Yes, sir.
It will receive interest.
offers loans and
Receive interest.
Receiving.
pays interest or gets interest.
Getting
Getting
Some of
interest.
you know,
yes,
even
yes.
if you are not from banking or anything, it will get interest. What we call money, takes deposit, pays you money. Pays money. Is this money that you get a price or a rent?
I think it's a rent.
Rent.
Yes, it is rent. It is taking your money and it is using it to give it to others.
So
So it is something like I'm taking your cab, I'm taking your car, let us say Swift Desire,
And giving rent.
I'm using it to run for Ola.
Yes,
So when
yes.
I've taken your car, I've promised that I will pay you every month this much money and I'll return your car also later on. Okay?
Yeah, sir.
Or I take your car on daily basis and I say at the end of the day, I'll pay you 1000 rupees or 1500 rupees and rest I will keep myself. Okay? So you are returning the car also, that when finally when you will get this, when you will ask for the deposit, they would have paid you rent for so long as they have kept your money, asset, house, car, auto rickshaw, any asset that has been kept for some time for your benefit will get rent. Okay? It is in the form of fare, it is in the form of interest, it is in the form of rent, see the direct rent. Okay. Now, when it offers loans, let us say it gives money to me as I want money, I want to, I think that if I get 100 rupees for some 1 year time, I can use that 100 rupees to generate some operation and I can get say 120 rupees out of it or 140 rupees out of it. Okay, so I want that 100 rupees to earn 140 rupees, right? That is how you get money. That is why you get money. So you go to the bank and ask for 100 rupees and you say that you give me 100 rupees. So you say, I'll give you 100 rupees. You buy this 100 rupees. So you give 100 rupees to the banker and he gives 100 rupees to you. Is that what you are going for? Is that you are going what you are going for? आप 100 rupees अपने जेब में लेके 100 rupees you are going to buy, or you don't have money in your pocket and you want a service.
Don't have money.
Just like you do not have a cab,
Don't
you do not have service. Yeah, so you call a Suzuki Maruti Center. Hey, send me a car and give me your QR code. I'm sending you 20 lakh rupees. Give me a car. I have to go home. No, you call Ola, the cab. He has bought the car. He rents you for 10 kilometers, 5 kilometers, or half an hour, 1 hour. When you have to go to Oyo rooms, you don't go to a builder and say, register an Oyo a room, a flat to me. I want to use it as Oyo room for myself. Okay. No, you hire a room. So you offer loan, you don't have money, you don't have 100 rupees, but you want to use 100 rupees for your benefit. So you take it from bank, the bank calls it a loan. The bank calls it a loan and charges interest. Now tell me, use a common sense. You are not a physics graduate, you are not a quantum mechanics graduate, you are not a rocket scientist, you are not an econometrics student, but suppose you are doing this function, which interest will be higher? The interest that you pay
On loan.
for deposit will be higher. Suppose this you are taking deposit at 10 rupees, 10%. And you are offering loan. So will this interest rate be lesser than 10% or higher than 10%?
Higher than.
Higher.
Do you need to be an economics graduate to figure this out?
No, sir.
Those are simple logic.
Simple logic that if it is lesser than 10%, now this higher than 10%, this plus 10%
Interest.
will include all the requirements, all the expenditures, all expenses, plus some profit. Am I right? That is
Yes,
how
sir.
SBI will charge your interest. Are you getting this point?
Yes, sir.
All expenses plus the 10% that it is to pay you plus the profit. So let us say this is coming to 18%. Let us say 18%. So this is the commercial borrowing rate. This is what commercial banks do in a nutshell. Now, apart from this, apart from this, apart from doing this, many a times, there are other things. I'll explain it in the next class. I'll continue this in the next class. So don't miss the next class. I'll continue. Okay, it's already 12:33. Apart from this, is it also okay? Shall we continue it in the next class, next Sunday? Because I mean, अभी आप इतना समझ सकते हो तो I think we will continue this. It will be very interesting. And if somebody more people want to continue this, then they can listen to this class and they can come prepared. So what I would suggest is you tell your friends, if you have friends who have not attended this, tell them to access this video and understand this, so that in the next class I can explain to you the entire concept of banking and finance in an economy. And after that, I'll talk about Indian economy later on. So I hope I was able to, all of you were able to figure out a little bit your understanding at least.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just send me a hi message and thank you message on my WhatsApp, so that I get to know how many of you are attending today's session, so that I'll make a note of all your names and I'll put a privilege against your name. I mean, like a positive note against your name. So just send me on your WhatsApp. Do it. I mean, I want it. 9234 88 74 99 is my number. Okay, so please send a hi, so that I'll make a note of it, and I'll make a list of you, actual list in my register, and I will, like, I'll keep putting positives against your name. Okay, so that I'll get to know that these people have attended regularly and what is their understanding. Chalo, ठीक है, bye bye. We are meeting at 1:30 na,
Yes, sir.
for book reading. Don't miss that
Yes,
also.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Don't miss that also.
Sir, which book today?
अभी मैं सोच रहा हूँ, आई एम थिंकिंग, आई वाज लाइक कल रात से सोच रहा हूँ which book, what should I do. So let me think. I'll be ready by 1:30.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
चलो, bye bye, take care.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so 1 hour, relax, have fun, and then we will have another session.
Okay, sir. Bye,
Chalo,
sir.
bye bye, take care, take care, take care, take care.